Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is my first iceberg, and it's going to be about my childhood game franchise, Ape Escape. So, for this iceberg, I will be using topics and images of my own, but based in another iceberg from a Redditor. Credits for them. Now, let's get going for the first layer. Layer 1, Ape Escape 1. Ape Escape 1, a game released in 1999 for PlayStation 1, is a platforming game in which you control a boy named Spike that is tasked to capture all the crazy monkeys released by the evil genius monkey, Specter, the once circus performer that accidentally wore a peak point helmet that granted him unlimited intellect. This was the first game of the franchise, and the first of the main trilogy. The trilogy. The Ape Escape trilogy, as the name implies, is the 3 games of the main storyline. They play the occurrences of Ape Escape in order: Ape Escape 1, 2, and 3. Saru Get You. Saru Get You is the Japanese title name of the Ape Escape franchise. Saru meaning monkey, and Get You meaning get you or gotcha, as how the protagonists quote when they capture the monkeys. Pop culture references. As you play any of the main installment games, you might have noticed that many places, musics, and even monkeys are based in pop culture. May it be celebrities, historical figures, or popular media. Layer 2, Peepo Helmets. Peepo helmets, or peak point helmets, are invention from the professor. They grant the wearer great intellect. Specter was the first one to have one, the prototype one. It granted him great knowledge, leading the other monkeys to cause havoc around the world. The name Peepo is the Japanese word for the sound of a siren, peep-poo. First DualShock game. Ape Escape was the first game on PlayStation 1 to use the 2 joysticks of the controller in a fully functioning gameplay, and it was praised and known by that. Appearances in Sackboy, and also Astrobot. Ape Escape has made appearances in games like Sackboy, in which there's a Peepo monkey character in it, and in Astrobot, there's a level of Ape Escape in it and characters references. Soichi Terada. Soichi Terada is the music composer of many Ape Escape games. He composed the soundtracks of Ape Escape 1, 3, Pumped and Primed, Itoi Monkey Mania, Ape Escape Million Monkeys, Saru Big Mission, and Ape Escape on the Loose. He is responsible for the electronic, drum, and bass jungle style of music many fans of the franchise love and know. Games adapted to PlayStation 4. There are some games from the franchise who were brought to PlayStation 4. They are not new ones, but games from the past years. We have Ape Escape 1, 2, and Ape Escape Academy 1 and 2. There is also the PSP remake, Ape Escape on the Loose, all included in the PlayStation 4 catalog, and as an extra, there is a Peepo monkey and also a monkey pink profile picture in the PS4. The franchise's spin-offs. There are many games that deviate of the main storyline games. From the PS2 to the PS3, we've got a variety of games. Pumped and Primed, Academy 1 are more like party games, or more obscure games like Pipasara 2001, where you have to capture Peepo Monkey's pants. We have even got many phone games of the franchise, in which I will be talking about later. Measle Gear Solid. Measle Gear Solid, Snake Escape, is an unlockable minigame in Ape Escape 3, based in the game's franchise, Metal Gear Solid. To unlock it, you need to finish all levels in Ape Escape 3, so that it could be unlockable in the hobby shop for 573 gacha coins. The game is a parody, and Snake is replaced by a Peepo Monkey Snake, since Solid Snake is missing. Specter TV. Specter TV was a television broadcasting company created by Specter. It was created in 2006, first seen in Ape Escape 3. That company played and produced all kinds of monkey-based content, made for monkeys, but also as a powerful brainwashing weapon to paralyze humans, making them unable to fight back Specter's army and world domination plans, the Double Paradise Plan. In the end of the game, Yumi and Kei destroyed it once and for all. Specter TV was also possibly referenced in the obscure mobile Java game, Ape Escape M. In the Moon World, There's a red pants peepo monkey who mentions Monkey TV in his description. We are entering the third layer, abandoned franchise. We all know that it's been long since any Ape Escape game was released. The last one was in 2012, Ape Escape Move, that took a weird direction to the Ape Escape games. Many fans did not appreciate it, and many has considered it as a downfall of the franchise, believing it was the end of the Ape Escape games. Recently, we've got Ape Escape in Astrobot, even though it was not an entire new game. Games reported for the PS4, but nothing new. Sony was possibly planning a comeback with the fourth installment game in 2020 or so, but it was presumed cancelled. Only hope lies in the heart of the fans, even if the chances of Ape Escape coming back are down low. Morphs in Ape Escape 3. The Morphs gears were new mechanics implemented in Ape Escape 3. They were created by Aki K and Yumi's, and, to help them in the stages of the game, it unlocks new forms, attacks and ways of capturing the monkeys. There are 6 of them in the game, the first being the Fantasy Knight. The others you unlock along the game: Wild West Kid, Miracle Ninja, Genie Dancer, and Cyber Ace. There is also a secret and the last morph gear of the game, the Super Monkey. It is a special morph that allows the player to open secret doors on the levels, leading to rooms full of monkeys for you to capture. It also works like a radar. Closer the banana smell is, closer to the secret room you are. Another thing, Kei and Yumi, the protagonists you choose to play with in the game, have distinct outfits for each gear, but the gameplay and abilities remain the same. The most different outfits are from Cyber Ace. Yumi's magical girl form is named Princess Ace, and Kei's superhero transformation is named Thunder Ace. Dr. Tomoki's backstory. Dr. Tomoki, a character introduced in Ape Escape 3, was a human scientist working for Specter. In the start of the game, he speaks of seeking revenge for those who laughed at him. In the near end of the game, after defeating him in a battle, it is revealed that his hair is a wig to cover his peak point helmet. He tells that it was results of an accident at the professor's lab years ago, as he worked with him and also Aki. While testing the peak point helmets, it got stuck forever in his head, making him a subject of laughter and mockery, and that he joined Specter so that he could get revenge on the society that ridiculized him. In the end of the game, he is redeemed as an ally, and survives the spaceship's explosion. On the Loose. Ape Escape On the Loose is a remake of the first game on the PlayStation Portable, or PSP. It has different voice acting, different dialogue, different controllers, and upgraded textures. The game was heavily criticized not only for the voice acting being weird, but for the graphics looking very smooth and the controllers being difficult to use. As the PSP does not have 2 joysticks, you have to change your weapons and attack with them using circle, triangle, square, X, and walking using the only analog in the controller, making it difficult to walk and use gears. Overall, hated by the fans. Minigames. Minigames are unlockables in the 3 games. They were first introduced in Ape Escape 1, with Ski Kids, Galaxy Monkey, and Specter Boxing. They can be unlocked collecting Specter coins on the levels. On the second game, the minigames could be unlocked by using gacha coins in the gacha to try out your luck and get them. In the third game, the minigames would become available in the shop as you advance in the game. They can be bought using gacha coins. PlayStation All-Star Royale. PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale is a game for the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita. It is a fighting game, similar to Nintendo's Super Smash Bros. The game uses characters from Sony's popular titles, including Ape Escape. Spike is the only playable character from the franchise, and there are even cutscenes, the most remarkable ones being the Parappa crossover. Concept arts. Many concept arts from the games can be found in-game. In Ape Escape 2, you can unlock concept arts of character and stages by the gacha using gacha coins. The most interesting fact about them is that the characters' designs would look very different from the final game. Here are some of them. There is also concept arts in Ape Escape 3. They can be collected by buying lucky tickets in the shop, with a chance of finding them. Yumi's Monkey Fan Club. In Ape Escape 3, it is well established in the game that Yumi is a young pop star singer. She appears to have a lot of fans, and even show up in the TV star cutscene. What is surprising is that she has gained monkey fans too. When you choose to play as her, some monkeys in the game may become paralyzed upon being in her presence. And when you look up at the monkey radar, it shows an icon that shows they are a Yumi fan. This makes it easier to capture monkeys as Yumi than with K. Translated lyrics in Ape Escape 3. There are indeed musics with translated lyrics in Ape Escape 3. Musics like Happy Sensation and Banana Heartbreak exist in Japanese, American English, and British English, Italian, French, German, and Spanish. One note: the North American version was created to censor the European English version mentioning hell in the lyrics. Spike looks like Yuji Moto. Okay, you guys may be wondering why is this here, but I don't know why, but Yugi Moto, the character from Yu-Gi-Oh, always made me think of Spike. Their hair are bizarrely similar, even the colors, the yellow hair tuft. I had to put it here in the iceberg. What do you guys think? The game's enemies have names. Many enemies in the games indeed have names. Not everyone knows that the stage enemies and bosses' names can be found in the games as collectibles, like the telecards in Ape Escape 3. Here are some of them. Saru Get You on Air. Saru Get You on Air is the anime of Ape Escape, released in 2006 by Zebek. It is a CGI animation, with some 2D exceptions, and it has 51 episodes in total. There is also a sequel, Saru Get You on Air Second. The two animes includes one of the biggest casts of the franchise, characters from the 3 games, and also pumped and primed. Characters like Natalie, Cassie, El Specter, Jake, the Freaking Monkey 5 have new visuals on it too. The Pippatrons. The Pippatrons are new Peepo monkeys with strange abilities. They are 3 brother monkeys with different colors. They appear in Pumped and Primed, Saru Get You on Air Second, Big Mission, Ape Quest, and as secret password monkeys in Ape Escape 3. The mystery men had took 3 monkeys to do lab tests on them. Their purpose was solely to kidnap Helga's father to get the disc. In Ape Escape Big Mission, once they get the disc, they give it to a supercomputer virus to conquer the world. This is the next was the text from Pippasara, Com's April Fool's Day teaser from 2005. It included a weird Peepo monkey with fluffy fur. Nothing special. Frederator Studios cartoon. We have talked about the anime, but there is also an American cartoon created by the Hawaiian studios, Frederator Studios. The cartoon Ape Escape was a part of Nicktoons and played in Nickelodeon in 2007. The cartoon is a weird adaptation of Ape Escape 2, the characters looking off-model, and the humor being considered toilet humor. It is infamous amongst fans of the series. We're entering the 4th layer, Aki's love for puddings. In Ape Escape 3, Aki has a well-established characteristic about her personality, that is, her particular love for puddings. If you pay attention enough, you may notice her with a pudding, but the weirdest of all is that this liking of her has led her to even create a RC car shaped of a pudding. Crazy, isn't it? Unused Professor. In Ape Escape 2, there is an available concept art depicting a weird character we don't see in-game. The photo named the Professor may be either a character that was removed from the final game, or maybe they just tried to change the Professor from the first game's design to something new. But then again, the skin and hair color doesn't match, which is why it's possible that it might be an unused character. Characters with regional names. Many, if not all characters from Ape Escape has names that changes with the region of the game. Some of them even change in different games, with an exception of Specter. His name is the same internationally. For example, Spike is named Kakaru in Japanese, Jake is Buzz in PAL version, and Hiroki in Japanese. Natalie is Natsumi in Japanese and Katie in PAL version. Jimmy is Hikaru in Japanese, and the list goes on. Monkey Fables. Monkey Fables were introduced and only in Ape Escape 2. They are collectible stories from the gacha, and they tell monkey stories. These stories are based in actual fables, like Cinderella, Little Red Riding Hood, Japanese folklore stories, Jack and the Beanstalk, and even some weirder stories, like the Nightmare Scenario, which will be talked about later. The stories come in 5 parts, and you have to unlock them in the gacha, using gacha coins, to read the full story. The Love Triangle. There is in fact a love triangle going on in Ape Escape. It starts in Ape Escape 3, when you fight Monkey Blue. He explicitly mentions his feelings for Monkey Pink. On the other side, Monkey Pink has a song named Banana Heartbreak, a song that mentions Specter even if not explicitly, revealing her love for him. That's all. Just an interesting interaction not everybody knows. Love interests in the anime. Similar to the previous topic, love between characters was also present in the anime, like Spike's love for Helga, and Monkey Blue changing his interest, this time for Aki. Just like in Saru Big Mission, there is also if connections we did not have in the games, like Jake having interest on Natalie, but then again, that is all to be said. Ape Escape and Parappa's rivalry. There indeed was a rivalry with both franchises, Parappa the Rapper, a rhythm game, and Ape Escape, a platforming game, both created on the PS1 era. This is because there was a promotional CD from McDonald's that had the Parappa and Ape Escape demos. Another notable part of their rivalry is present in Sony All-Stars Battle Royale, where Parappa has to fight Spike. Siren X Saru Get You shirt. That is an official merchandise of Ape Escape. It is a black shirt with a Beatsari-looking Peepo monkey on it. That's all I have found. Unlockable outfits in Million Monkeys and Pumped and Primed. There are many unlockable outfits on these 2 games. In Pumped and Primed, you have to get as many points on the rounds so that you can unlock outfits for each characters you choose for the story mode in the game. In Million Monkeys, you unlock the clothing by using the fusing mech feature in the game, or by using passwords. Characters' dark forms. There are characters from the games that have an alternative dark form. They are affected by the virus disc in both Pumped and Primed, and Million Monkeys. The most notable one, whose has a boss battle, is Dark Specter. There is also unlockable Dark Jake, who also appears in Pumped and Primed as a boss. Lost English dub of the anime. Saru Get You on Air was originally aired to Japanese audiences. The anime itself is already very hard to find, but what became a full lost media is its English dub. There was an English dub of the anime, and only the first episode was found. It was uploaded on YouTube, but it can no longer be found. The quality of video and audio was also very low. More information about the studio that created the dub is also unknown. Toro Inoue in Million Monkeys. Toro Inoue, known as Sony's cat, is a white cat character from the game Doko Demo Isio. He is Sony's unofficial mascot. He made an Easter egg appearance on Million Monkeys as catchable characters on the stages, and also Ape Escape made an appearance on a Toro Inoue game, Doko Demo Isio. Let's Gaku. Cassie was supposed to be in Ape Escape 2. You heard it right. The green-haired robot girl from the first game was supposed to be on Ape Escape 2, not only on the concept art, as they planned to change her design as you can see, but also on a secret photo you collect on the gacha. She had her own 3D model finished. The reasons of her removal from the final game are unknown. Ape Escape Manga. Saru Get You Karakuro comics are Japanese comics manga based of Ape Escape. They were serialized in June 1999 to October 2011 in the magazine Monthly Karakuro Comic Series. There are 9 volumes in total. Ape Escape Move was the last game, released in 2012 for the PlayStation Move. Ape Escape Move was the last game released in the franchise. It introduced a different kind of gameplay, new characters, new story, and a totally different art style. It really took a weird direction to Ape Escape. It is relatively obscure and not well loved by the fans. You have to capture monkeys in a gameplay that resembles the Wii Remote. Unused maps in Ape Escape 3. There are unused maps found inside the game's files, found by the YouTube channel Meows. Travel C, a map that seems just like a variation or beta version of TV Station, but the music used is the market's theme. Seaside C, a map seeming like a beta version of Seaside Resort, but weirdly it has a background image belonging to Winterville Stage. Onsen F, a map that looks like an early or broken version of the Hot Springs Stage. Arabian D, a scrapped part of the Mirage Town Stage. Asia C, an early version of the stage Eversummer Island. Tomid D, an removed part of Tomoki City Stage. And Space C, an removed part of Space TV Fortress Stage. We are now entering the 5th layer, but before moving on, I'd like to remind you guys that from here, few topics may be sensitive to some people. Viewers' discretion is advised. Project Kids. That was the prototype name of Ape Escape. The game was way different than the final version. It was supposed to be fantasy world-like, and there was no catching feature. Spike had a sword and wooden gadgets. The plot of the game involved the professor that sent Spike to an animal world, in where apes ruled over the world. Spike explored the world while the objective was to find a way out and get back home. Scrapped mage character. In Project Kids, it was revealed a concept art of a female witch or mage character. Some fans say it might be an early version of Helga, but nothing was confirmed. Western Ape Escape Comics. We've talked about the Japanese manga, but the series has its American comics too. The Ape Escape comic is a comic that was published in the winter 2000 issue of Disney Adventures magazine. Based in the first game, the story begins with the professor bringing Spike back in time to bring back the magic punch gadget. He captures monkeys and finds Specter, who flees away. Spike returns to the lab, waiting for his next adventure. Spike's voice actor is deceased. Well, I am sorry to inform, but I did not find enough information for this, or either the topic was wrong. Ape Quest. Ape Quest was a game released for the PlayStation Portable in 2008-2009 in Japan. It is a role-playing spin-off of Ape Escape, exclusive on the PlayStation Store, and 3 additional chapters downloadable. The game focused in the Peepo monkeys, in a different fantasy world setting. In the game you take control of a prince. The player progresses through board game-style routes, engaging in battles, exploration, and quests. Strategy and resource management are essential to advancing the story. Pipasara 2001. Pipasara 2001 was the first spin-off in the franchise, released in 2001 as the title says, for the PlayStation 2. The game has a different gameplay than the usual Ape Escape style. Spike has to capture Peepo monkey pants using the vacuum cleaner gadget, and then put it in a big washing machine. All of this because the government was about to do an sanitary inspection on the professor's Peepo monkeys, having Spike to do his job. Mystery Man. Mystery Man is a character that was introduced in, and solely appears on Ape Escape, Million Monkeys for the PlayStation 2. He is a human man in a black suit and glasses. He is a cruel dictator who brainwashes Specter's monkeys into causing havoc by giving them guns and armors, creating a true army. Little information is known about him. His name is not revealed, though fans call him Nazo, for its Japanese meaning mystery. Spike has a dog. In Project Kids, there was a concept art of Spike with a cat, but that content was scrapped from the final game. But what proves Spike having a pet is in Ape Escape Saru Big Mission, that reveals Spike has a dog, who ends up being big because of Specter's machine, but in the end he returns normal. Cards game in Big Mission. Gachi Kinu, or the cards minigame, is the only minigame available in Ape Escape Big Mission. You can edit cards of every monkey you've captured in the game, and buy frames and backgrounds based on the game's stages in the game's shop. The cards have statuses: HP, balance, offense, and hit. Every monkey has different status. but the frame can increase certain statuses of your card. You can use your cards to compete with the CPU or with friends. The gameplay is simple. You and the opponent take turns, having to aim for the center of the card for more chance of winning, while the other tries to escape from the hit. Same-gender monkey marriage in the anime. There is a scene in Saru Get You on Air, episode 6, looking for monkey romance. It depicts a monkey couple wedding, and to everyone's surprise, both monkeys are male.
ほら、かわいいじゃない。
まあいいか。でもさ、
何？
あの猿どっちもオスじゃないかな。
Itoi Monkey Mania. Itoi Monkey Mania, or Saru Itoyu Zawagi, Yuki Yuki Game Tenkamori in Japanese is a game for the PlayStation 2 released in 2004, Japan and 2005, Europe. It uses the Itoi camera. As you play as people monkeys through minigames, your movements are registered in the camera to play them. It is an obscure game on the franchise that never made its release outside of Japan and Europe. Ape Academy 2 has the most translations. It is a fact that there are many Ape Escape games with limited languages and localizations. Many of them are even Japanese only and never made it out to Europe or the Western. But surprisingly enough, Ape Academy 2 is the game with the biggest variety of language choices in the entire franchise. The Professor's real name. We all know the Professor. He is present in the first, second, and many other games in the franchise. But what most people don't know is his real name. It's understandable why his name is unknown by many, because this is not explicitly told in the games. But in Ape Escape, on the loose, we can see the name Dr. Ozel in the doors of the gadget training rooms. So yes, his name is Dr. Ozel. Monkey Yellow being a creep. Monkey Yellow was always a strange-looking character, with an eccentric personality, since his first appearance in Ape Escape 2. But things get worse in Ape Escape 3. In the boss battle against him, he starts to make weird comments about Kei and Yumi, and they look visibly uncomfortable. And there is even a point in where he attempts to marry Kei in Ape Escape Big Mission. And an obvious reminder, all the protagonists are kids. Such a disturbing reading for a family-rated video game. Frederator Studios storyboard. While researching the Ape Escape cartoon from Frederator Studios, I found the official storyboards of some episodes on sale on eBay. While the storyboards does not look 100% exact like the finished episode, the plot remains the same. The reason why these storyboards were put on sale is unknown, but it was probably someone who worked on Nickelodeon or in the show who needed to get rid of old project stuff. We are entering the final layer. CGI Lost Shorts. There is a CGI short series of Ape Escape, produced by Shagakukan Music and Digital Entertainment and Sony Computer Entertainment for TV Tokyo in April 2002. Most of the episodes were lost, especially of the English dub. In 2004, 3 of these shorts were dubbed into English and aired in Nicktoons, and only 2 were found: Monkey Soccer and Petrol Station. Ape Escape M. Ape Escape M is a mobile Java game released in 2008, developed by Living Mobile. The game is a 2D platforming with the usual gameplay of Ape Escape. Here, Spike travels through 5 worlds to defeat Specter from his plans. The weird thing about this game is that many copies has a badly made translation of Russian to English, being possible to be a bootleg. Specter has a son. In Ape Escape 2, on a monkey fable called The Nightmare Scenario, even if hypothetical, it is explicitly implied Specter has a generation of his family, not only a son, but a grandson. In this story, Specter JRB, his grandson, takes revenge on Spike. Just so in the end, Elder Specter stops him and tells he has learned that humans and monkeys can live in peace. Even though this story is not canon, it is still very weird and obscure. Pocket Station Ape Escape 1. Pocket Station is a console and a memory card for PlayStation 1, and also serving as an personal assistant, or minigames. You could connect your Pocket Station to Ape Escape 1, and check out your monkeys, items, and saves. Protagonists' parents or family are unknown. This topic may sound pointless to you, but extremely underlooked. We all know every protagonist from the games, especially the main storyline, are kids, the weird part that I want to get at. Spike, for example, seems to have no family other than the professor and Natalie, who are not really a part of his family. The same goes for Jimmy, with an exception of Kei and Yumi, who seem to be raised by their aunt. It's just very weird that Spike and Jimmy's family was never even revealed. But Jimmy's case may be even weirder, and I'll get to it later. Lost Media Japanese-only mobile games. We have talked about Ape Escape M, a mobile game that even though it is obscure, it is still playable and can be found and downloaded online. But there are also some other mobile games that did not have the same luck. The Japanese-only mobile games were only released for Japanese phones, and most of their official Sony download pages were taken down, making it nearly impossible games to have. The games we're talking about are Yumi's Great Adventure, Pipo Jara, Ape Escape Lemmings, and Ape Escape Athletics. Nothing much is known from these games, but the one with most information we have is Ape Escape Athletics. The game is a 2D platformer where you collect bananas while avoiding obstacles. There is a playlist for the soundtrack of the game, and a footage of a little bit of the gameplay, thanks to the Twitter user @mumu732. Jimmy is possibly an orphan. Now, continuing the topic from before, as I said, Jimmy's case seems peculiar, and that is proved once again by one of the monkey fables in Ape Escape 2. In this one story called Jimmy and Papachi, Jimmy is told to be a kid of poor condition, walking around a forest alone, when he finds a baby monkey, Papachi. Time later, they are said to be found by a kind professor, and taken to his lab. What a kid would do wandering alone. Jimmy was lost, and probably did not have a clue about his family or where they were. Professor, knowing this, had to take care of Jimmy along with Natalie. This is just a theory I made, but if we take the monkey fables as a part of the story, it just makes sense, doesn't it? That's the end of my first iceberg, and my longest video of the channel. I worked very hard on this. I searched a lot of stuff and discovered new things while making this video. If any information is wrong in this iceberg, please leave it in the comments. I made this video because Ape Escape made my childhood, and I am a big fan of it. This is for all the other fans out there too. Hope you enjoyed it, and goodbye.